Yes, sir.
Okay, so anyone just tell me what is mean?
The sum of all observations upon number of observations.
That's the formula to it. I mean, what do
Average.
average, right? Average. That's a better term. And where do you see mean in your day-to-day lives?
Percentage.
Percentage is not an average, no. So you might have heard this term, like you might have not heard the term mean, but average बहुत जगह सुना होगा. Like, let's say you talk about a car का consumption, right? How much kilometers a car is running on 1 liters of petrol, right? So that is known as the average of a car. Also, you might have heard कि generally teachers talk about कि let's say इस class का average कितना था, right? For a particular test, they tell you that maximum of the students scored above 10, right? So this is the place where mean is used, right? Mean, the other name
Average
of
running.
average is mean. Yeah. Okay. So what is
Average
the
running.
direct method to calculate the mean?
So sum of all observations upon number of observations.
Correct. Sum of all observations divided by number of observations. Okay. And what about this direct mean method, right? Yeah, sorry, assumed mean method. Acha, there is one more method. I'll give you the example and then you tell me which one to apply. So let's say I give you observations as 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 2, 4. Okay. And I tell you to calculate the mean of it. How will you calculate? You'll do sum of all upon number of all.
Yes, sir.
Right? That's the way to do it. Okay. Now let's say if I give you key for a class, right? For a class, let's say if I have 2 students, okay. Let's say if there was a test of 10 marks, right? And 10 people scored 2 marks, 5 people scored 20 marks, 3 people scored, 3 marks were scored by, let's say, 7 people. Now, how do you calculate the mean of it?
Can I?
So
Yes, Arna, yeah. Arna Vinod Kumar, if you want to speak something, you can go ahead.
Yes, sir. Sorry for the delay. So mean basically means calculating the average. So over here there are no group frequencies. Over here we just have normal frequencies. So we'll add the x and then the a number of f, and then we'll divide them.
We'll add, that means 2 plus 10, like 2, I have to do it like this, 20, 2 plus 10, 4 plus 5, 7 plus 3. Is it like that?
No, it's 2 into 10 plus 4 into 5 plus 3 into 7.
Okay, so that means you call it as xi fi, right? You are multiplying each xi with a fi. So 20, again 20, 21. Now, what are the number of observations, guys?
3.
22.
3. Samruddhi, why 3?
So number of observation is 3, but the sum of
No.
observations.
No, number of observations is not 3. You have made a table actually. Pata ye data kaisa hai? It's like I have given you data like 2, 2, 2, 10 times. You have arranged that in a table and then you are looking at it. So वो क्या रहा है? Frequency का मतलब क्या है कि 2 marks इस raw data में you have made a table out of it. So that's a better way to represent the data. अगर इस data को if I had been given in raw form, it would be like 2, 2, 2, 10 times, 4, 4, 4, 5 times, 3, 7 times, right? So the total number of observations is actually the sum of all of these FIs. So that means 10 plus 5 plus 7. right? So this is actually known as summation Fi. Summation Fi is this. Summation Xi Fi, you'll get the sum through it, and the net mean is summation Xi Fi divided by summation Fi, right? I guess you already know it. Okay.
So that's sigma, right?
Yeah. So sigma is also known as summation.
Okay.
Okay. Cool. One sec. Yeah. Now let's say there's another form of representation of data. Let's say I give you a class interval. So everybody knows what is a class interval, right? Let's say I give you a range. कि 0 से 10 में, let's say 5 students scored on a scale of 0 to 10. On a scale of 10 to 20 or in a range of 10 to 20, 10 people scored this much amount of marks. Okay? From 30 to 40, sorry, let's say 20 to 30, there were around 3 people. 30 to 40, there were around, let's say, 2 people. Okay. Now, how do you calculate the mean to this? Okay. Anyone else except Arna who knows this? You have to raise your hand. Yeah. Yes. Yes, Gautam.
Yeah, so first we have to find the class marks, which is the midpoint of the class
Wait.
interval.
See, guys, what you have to do is you have to raise your hand and then I'll call out your name. So, Megha, since you raised your hand, yeah, you can continue.
Yeah, so in this we can use the direct mean method, but for that we have to find the xi as well. So first we'll calculate the xi and then we can use the direct mean method, which is sigma xi fi upon sigma fi.
All right. So this xi, how will we calculate that?
So that is the upper class limit plus lower class limit divided by 2.
Upper class limit plus lower class. So that means 0 plus 10 by 2, right? So that is 5.
Yeah.
Same
Yeah.
goes on for this is 15. This is 25 and 35. And then again you do xi fi upon fi ka summation. That's it.
Yes, sir.
Yes. And you'll get the mean. Okay. Okay. So actually this thing is known as the class mark. Okay. This is class interval. And there's something called as class height too. Class height or class size. Do you know about that term? You know what is class size? Class size is upper limit minus lower limit. Okay.
So like we can also say class width, right?
Class width also. So class size is upper limit minus lower limit. Class mark is upper limit plus lower limit by 2. Okay. So yesterday you also studied about the assumed mean method. What is that? Can anybody tell me what is assumed mean method? Nobody? Except Anna. I want everyone to respond, guys. Okay, except Anna, except Megha. The ones who have not spoken, I want to hear you. Wait, let me take the names down. Yes, Gautam, you have something for assumed mean method?
Yeah, formula.
Okay, tell me the formula.
Sir, so A plus sigma fi di upon sigma fi.
Okay, A plus sigma fi di upon sigma fi, right?
Yes.
All right, so tell me what is A in this?
Assume mean.
Assumed mean. Okay, and what is di?
deviation.
Okay, what is the formula to deviation?
Deviation formula was, 1 second, sir. Assume mean, I'm not confirmed. Assume mean minus mid
Assume
class
mean
interval.
minus mid. No.
1 second. Class intervals.
Class intervals. No.
1 second, I'm confusing this.
So it is sigma FIDI upon sigma
Okay, so
FI.
Anika has written A minus X and Ashka has written X minus A. Which one is correct?
X minus A.
X minus A. Right. Everybody agrees to this? So actually DI
Yes,
is
sir.
XI minus A. Okay. Acha, and how do we select A? You guys know that? How do we select this A?
So the interval with the highest frequency, because generally,
No,
and the one which lies in the center.
Ah,
So,
exactly. The one. Yeah. Go on.
we also put them in increasing order first so that we can see which lies in the middle.
It's already in the increasing order, no? 0 to 10, 10 to 20. Or you mean on the basis of frequency?
No, sir. Like here we have arranged the 0 to 10, but if we arrange it in increasing order, then in the middle, whichever is there, so we can.
Correct. So whenever like you have to select the assumed mean, then you take the middle value. But in this case, we have 4 values, right? So there are 2 middle possible actually. Now 15 and 25, both of them you can say that they are in the middle. Now which one to take?
25.
Any one which you like. Okay, it's not like even you can take 5 as the assumed mean. That is why it is called assumed. We are assuming that this is the mean. So if you want to take 5, 35, whichever number you want to take from the xi, that can be the assumed mean. Okay? But in order to why we are doing assumed mean method, so that our calculation become easier, right? So in this particular case, like whenever you solve a question using assumed mean, try to take a assumed mean from the center. Okay, from the center of xi. So let's say if I take this as my assumed mean 15. After that, I calculate the deviation. So xi minus a. So that means 15. What I'm doing is I'm taking a as 15. So what will be d1? 15 minus 5 or 5 minus 15? 5 minus 15. So that is minus 10. Then we have 0. Then 15 minus 25. That is how much?
10.
10. 35 minus 15 is 20.
20.
Okay. Then you calculate FIDI. Okay. You'll multiply all of this. So this will be minus 50, 0, 30, and 40. And after this, you'll calculate summation FIDI. We'll calculate summation DI. And at the end, what you have to do is you have all of the terms now. You have summation DI, you have summation FIDI or sigma FIDI. You know what is the value of A since we have taken A as 15. So we have to just apply the formula now. So it will be like 15 plus summation FIDI divided by summation DI. That is all you have to do. Okay, any doubts in this, guys? You have already studied this in the previous class. That was a quick recap to it.
So,
Yes.
just can you tell the assuming amount and how can we take?
Okay. See, assumed mean you have to take it from the xi wala thing, xi wala column. Okay. And try to take it as the middle value. Let's say you have xi and the terms are 5, 15, like 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Okay. So assumed mean you can take any number which you want. But in order to simplify our calculations, what we do is we take the middle value. Okay. That's about it. Had there been even number of terms, so whichever you like, 15 or 25, like second term or the third term, you can take any of them.
Yes, sir.
Okay, that is how you calculate the assumed mean. All right, so should we move ahead? We'll
Yes,
study
sir.
a new method today.
Step deviation, right?
Step deviation. Swayam will explain everyone what is step deviation method.
No, sir. No.
Are you already know about the term, so you will explain now.
No. I just know,
Yes.
like, I just know that next will be step deviation method.
Okay.
I do not know how to do it.
All right. So yeah, I've already explained all of these. These are the formulas present in your workbook. Acha. So that's kind of a challenge. So this is the question and you have to calculate the mean. Tell me, how will you do it?
So first we'll make continuous, like it's 4 to 7 and 8 to 11. So the interval is not continuous. So first we'll make it continuous and then we'll calculate the mean and xi.
How will we make it continuous?
So we'll add 0.5 in the upper limit and subtract 0.5 from the lower limit.
Why 0.5?
Because that will make it continuous, because like if we add 0.5 in 4 to 7 while interval, so it becomes 7.5, and since we have to subtract 0.5 from 8 to 11, so it will also become 7.5, so then it will become continuous.
Okay, Ashka, you want to say something and then I'll move to Arna. Okay. Yes,
So
Ashka.
I was saying the same thing.
Same
That it
thing.
just
Arna,
balance out.
okay. Arna, do you have something else?
No, so the
No?
same thing.
Okay, okay. So I'll tell you where does that 0.5 wala term comes from. Okay. So देखो, we have 7, we have 8. What is the difference in between 8 and 7?
1.
1. You divide it by 2 and then you subtract it. So this is where the 0.5 wala term comes from. Okay, so 4 to 7, 7 to 8, you see कि कितना difference है दोनों में, right? So difference is of 1. That means 8 minus 7 is actually 1. So 1 divided by 2 will be 0.5. So if I have to make this continuous, how will I do it? I'll subtract 4 minus 0.5, that's 3.5. I'll add 0.5 to the higher limit, so that means 7.5. Okay, same goes on for the other term. So 7.5 to 11.5, then 11.5 to 15.5, and 15.5 to 19.5. So that was the tricky part about the question. I think after this, you'll be able to calculate the mean. Acha, one more thing, will there be any change in the frequency? No?
No.
How many saying no? Raise your hands, please. Agrima, yeah, Arna, you guys are saying. Agrima?
Sir, I can't raise my hand.
You have not raised, that means you're saying that the frequency will change.
No, sir, the option isn't working.
Your voice is too low, Agrima.
So she's telling that the raise hand option which is there on the computer is not working for her.
Okay. So guys, the frequency won't change. Okay, so the ones who have raised hands, they are correct. The frequency won't change. Okay. All right. The class intervals would change like this. There would be a 0.5 per difference. The frequency remains as it is. You can use any method, whichever you want, the direct mean method or the assumed mean method, and calculate the mean out of it. Okay. So this is a homework question for you. If you have the workbooks, mark it as like 14.4.2. That's a homework question. Okay. Going forward, we'll now study the step deviation method. So anybody who knows the formula to step deviation method? No. Acha dekho, we know the method, like we know the formula for assumed mean method, right? That's x bar is equal to assumed mean, which is a plus summation fi di divided by summation fi. Now that's the formula for assumed mean method.
Yes, sir.
Is it summation fi? Yes, I
DI.
guess. No, it's summation fi only. I guess I've written here wrong. Yeah, this is fi.
So we wrote DI in the previous.
Okay, yeah. So it's a plus summation fi di divided by summation fi. Now, how does the formula change for step deviation? So actually, we have one more term called ui. Okay. So x bar is equal to a plus summation fi ui divided by summation fi into h. Okay. Can anyone tell me what is h? You might have heard this term before.
Class height.
Class height, right? Exactly. Class height, class size, class width, whatever you want to say it. So this is actually class size. And how do you calculate it? It will be upper limit minus lower limit. Okay. So here we know that di was xi minus a. So sir, what is ui? Ui is actually xi minus a divided by h. Xi minus a divided by h. You take a term, subtract assumed mean from it, and divide it by the class size. Getting my point? So this is the step deviation method. In the assumed mean method, we had deviation, which was di. In step deviation method, we have ui, which is xi minus a divided by h. And the only change in the formula is we earlier had di, we now have ui, and we multiply this term, only this term, with h. So you can write this formula, and yeah, very soon we'll practice some questions based on this. All right, so the ones who have turned off their camera, turn it on quickly. Yep. So you have written till here. Should we move to the next thing? Everybody?
No, sir, 1 minute.
Okay, so read this question quickly. Actually, don't read the question, just look at the table. Okay, so we have the class interval, it's 15, 25, 25, 35. Okay. Anyone who could tell me what is h, class size? What is h in this case? Don't speak the answer, put that in the chat, please. I said don't speak the answer. Okay. Yes, Gautam, Anika. Okay, Anika has answered. Swayam also answered. Kashvi, Agrima. Srejak, you answered 35. Okay. See, let me tell you how do we calculate the height. Height is actually, it's the class size, right? Height is upper limit minus lower limit. Now the thing is, how many people are thinking that this will be my upper limit and this will be my lower limit? Is it like that? 10?
No, sir, it's not.
Then.
So for
It's
every
about a
It's
particular
10.
class, not the whole thing.
Exactly. It's about a particular class interval. So let's say if I take this class interval, I'll take my upper limit as 35. This will be my UL and this will be my LL, right? Lower limit. So that means 35 minus 25. So this is 10. You can calculate from any class interval you want. Okay. So you can calculate even from this UL and this will be my LL. So 25 minus 15. That means it comes out to be 10 again. So for the formula, we have figured out what is H, right? H is 10. You know? Achha, one more thing we can figure out right now is summation of Fi. We require that in the formula. So in order to do summation of Fi, we have to add all of these terms 6, 11, 7, 4, 4, 2, 1, 1. So this will be summation of Fi. Rest everything I have to make a table and I'll try to figure out from there. That okay. Let's see how the table looks like. So this is the class interval. These all are the class intervals, you know, and these are all the FIs which we have. That was given in the question itself. You already know how to calculate xi. Class mark, upper limit plus lower limit by 2. Okay. Then I told you a new term which was ui. Now, ui was xi minus a divided by h. So we figured out h was 10. Now in this case, in this particular xi, what will you take assumed mean as? The middle value. And the middle value is this 50. So we have taken a as 50, right? Now what I have to calculate is xi minus a divided by h. So that means xi minus 50 divided by h, which is 10. So using this formula, I've calculated all of my ui. Then actually these things are not needed. Fi, xi, fi, di you don't need if you're doing step deviation. Then we need fi, ui. So we multiply fi, this was fi with ui and we get these terms. Okay, we add all of these terms. From here we get summation fi, ui. We already have summation fi, which is this. So divided by summation fi, and we have the class height as well, which is 10. So this plus the assumed mean, which is actually 50. Any doubts in this, guys? No doubts, it's super easy. Just formula based. You should know the formula and you'll be able to like calculate the answers. Okay. So do you want one question to try it on your own or using step deviation? All right. So
Yes, sir.
yeah, this is the question. Just look at the table. These are the class intervals. These are the FI, and try to do this question with the help of step deviation. If you want, I can share the previous slide as well. Like if you want to see the table, how to make it.
So can you show the question?
Yes. Okay, Anna has answered. Everybody is doing using step deviation only now. Nobody is doing using some other method. Samruddhi, Crisel, Anna, they've answered.
Sir, can you show the table one more time?
Yes. Okay, Megha has answered. Srijak has answered. Nice. Waiting for Ashka, Swayam. Where are you people? Gautam, you've still not answered. Anika.
So I got the answer. Wait, I'm just typing.
Or did you receive my answer?
So do you have to
Yes,
also
yes, yes.
mention the average mileage?
No, you just have to calculate the mean. That's it.
Yeah, I mean do we just have to write yes or no, or do we have to write the explanation
No,
as well?
you have to write the mean which you have got.
Okay.
Quickly, guys, the ones who are left. Anybody facing any issue in making the table, then just let me know. I'll solve it for you.
So, I got this was the mean.
Okay. So everybody has answered correctly. Matlab the ones who have answered, all of the answers are correct. Let me see.
Sir, just can you show that when you make the
Yeah.
table once? I'm getting confused.
Yes. You have to make only this. See, you have to make fi wala part, you have to make xi wala part, you have to make this class interval, you have to make ui and this. Don't write this di, fi, xi, fi, di. That's not required. Okay, Ashka correct, Agrima correct. Okay, Gautam, you want me to help for the table? All right.
Yes,
One
sir.
sec. I'll ask the students only. Wait. I'll add on to this. Okay. Okay, so this is my FI. Okay, this is my FI, this is my XI, right? Acha, tell me what is XI? Samruddhi, tell me the XI wala part.
So it's like 10 plus 12 by 2, so it's 11,
Uh-huh.
13,
Okay,
15,
okay,
and 17.
okay. Then Anika, you tell me what is this height? What is the height? Anika, can you hear me? Okay. Acha, Gautam, what did you got height as?
2, sir.
2. Right, height is 2. Anika, I can't hear you. All right. Then what we have to calculate is UI, right? Acha, what did you take assumed mean as, Gautam?
13, sir.
You took it as 13. Anybody who has taken the assumed mean as 13? Or people have taken it as 15? Nobody has taken 13? Okay, so Chriselle, you narrate this. What do we have? Yeah, UI. UI is xi minus a divided by h. So xi minus 13 divided by 2. Yeah. Narrate me this call.
UI 10 to 12 is minus 1,
All right.
then is 0, then 1, then 2.
Okay, Gautam, is it matching? Minus 1, 0, 1, 2. It is matching. Okay, then XIUI is pretty easy. XIUI. Okay, we have to do FIUI, my bad. So FIUI will be minus 7, 0. Then we have 18, and then we have 26. You have to sum all of these. So that's 26 plus 11, and that sums to 37. How much is summation FI, guys?
So I got
Okay,
minus 13.
no, summation FI, sum of all FI. It's 50.
Oh,
It's written in the
okay,
question.
sorry. Yeah, it's 50.
It's 50.
So it will be 37 divided by 50 into h, which is 2. Gautam, getting it now?
Yes, sir.
All right, guys, everybody done? Everybody understood the question, how to make the table, how to do other things like
Yes,
whatever
sir.
you have to mention. Okay, let's
Yes, sir,
do
got it.
one more question. And I want correct answers from everyone now.
Sir, this too with step deviation.
Yeah, you have to do it with step deviation. Question marks are not allowed, guys. Anna, check your answer. It's not correct. Swayam correct. Ashka correct. Okay, Agrima correct. Caesar correct. Megha correct. Pashvi correct.
So what about
Chriselle
my
correct.
answer?
Samruddhi, wait one second. Your answer has a question mark. Yeah, that is of course incorrect. Okay, Samruddhi correct. Yes, Gautam still having issue in making the table.
No, sir, I'm doing.
Oh, Anna, it's incorrect. People, you're getting a perfect integer value, na? Nobody is getting in decimal, right? Anna, for your answer, you're getting a decimal value. So just check that part.
Yes. Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, I'm still getting it in decimal value.
Okay. All right, I'll make the table. Gautam, what about you?
Now 1 minute, sir. I'm doing it.
Okay, I'll give two. Okay, 1 sec. 2 more minutes and then I'll solve the question. Okay, so the ones who have to check their answer, they can. All right, guys. So this is the class interval. Marks wala thing is class interval, right? Number of students are Fi. What is summation Fi, Arna?
So could you please repeat?
What is summation? What is sigma Fi?
Sigma Fi means sum of the frequencies.
Yeah. So what is the total to that?
So it's 20.
20. All right. Okay. What you have taken H as?
So H is 10.
H is 10. Okay. So let's make Xi wala column. What is Xi?
Xi means the observation, or sorry, the class marks.
Yeah. So tell me that column as well.
15, 25, 35, 45, 55.
Okay. And what you have taken assumed mean as?
35.
35. Right. So that means we have H as 10 and we have A as 35. Next we have to calculate is Ui, which is Xi minus A divided by H. So that means Xi minus A, which is 35 divided by 10, right? This is how we'll calculate the UIs.
Yes.
So tell me, what is this UI wala column? All of the terms in this.
So for 15, it will be minus 20 upon minus 2.
Minus 2.
This will be minus
Check it from
1.
your answer, no, and tell me, narrate the whole column. You might have already made it. No?
Yes, minus 2, minus 1, 0, and then 2 and 1.
2 and 1. Everybody getting this as UI? The ones who have got the answer as 35, is this the UI wala column? Yes, Megha, is this the UI wala column?
Yes, sir, it's correct.
All right. Okay. What is Xi UI then? Anna, continue.
Minus 30,
Sir,
minus 20.
in UI, the fourth one, it's supposed to be 0, 1, and 2. It's 0, 2, 1.
Yes.
Anna, you have written 0, 1, and 2 or 0, 2, and 1?
So sorry, I did not check from my notebook, but it's written 1 and 2 only. Sorry, sir.
Right. What is Xi UI then? Minus 30, minus 25. I'll get it as 0, 55, and 110.
Yes.
Okay. What's the sum to it?
So
Oh, 1 second. We have to calculate Fi UI. No? Why we are calculating Xi UI? The formula says that FI UI. We are calculating XI UI as well. Okay, yeah, what is FI UI? 2 into minus 2, that's minus 4. 4 into minus 1, that's again minus 4. 7 into 0, that's 0. 6 into 1 is 6. 1 into 2 is 2. Yeah, what is summation FI UI?
So it's over here it's written 0.
0. Yeah, that it will be 0 only. So this is 0. Yes. So what my formula says is x bar is equal to A, which is my assumed mean. So 35 plus sigma Fi Ui, which is 0, divided by sigma Fi, which is 20, into height. What is my height?
10.
10. So this and this is 2. 0 times 1 is 1, right?
Yes.
Yes, 0 times 1 is 1. Everyone.
0. Sorry.
0. Sure.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so that means 35 plus 0 is it? It is, and this comes out to be 35.
So I did not do FI UI. I did XI UI.
You did XI UI. Okay, so that's a mistake. Make sure you apply the formula correct, right? That's only about start. Yeah. Yes, sir.
I got confused between the assumed mean and the step deviation. So I kind of did the assumed mean, and I multiplied the frequency by the D1 and divided it by it. So it became different.
Okay, yeah. Right. What do you think if you calculate mean using assumed mean or step deviation or this direct method which we have? Will we get the same answer every time?
I think yes.
Yes, that's
Yes,
of course a yes. These are just different methods to solve a question. Okay. So just focus on your calculation part. Just focus on what formula you are applying, and that will be it about statistics. Okay. So with this, we have completed mean wala thing. Okay. You know how to calculate mean using direct method, assumed method, and this step deviation wala method. Any doubts in any of the method? No? Should we end our class here or should we go to the next part?
Next part.
Seriously, you want to study more?
Yes, sir. We have to.
Sir,
We want to
more
complete it
than
fast,
Why you want to complete it fast? What happened? Kuch exam
so
log rahe
that yeah, exams 1st July.
1st July, yeah, you have 1 month for it.
Sir, still it's 1st July. It's so close. Like just
Not
1
so
month.
close. May is going on right now.
I know.
How is it close?
Still.
Arey,
So we can
are the...
go to the next part.
No, we'll not go to the next part.
Sir, please.
We'll enjoy
And then what
the rest of the class. We'll play.
Okay, yeah, we can like
Yes, sir.
games related to this, but don't end the class so fast.
Why? What happened? You had a power cut issue, na? So you to wanted ki we should end our class soon.
No, I don't want. I want studies.
Studies? Oh, studious. Why?
No, I'm not, but yeah, I want to.
ओके चलो ठीक है तो गेम खेलेंगे मोड से रिलेटेड ठीक है सो दैट वी कवर आवर चैप्टर एज वेल
Yes.
Cool.
That's the
So
spirit.
guys, what is mode?
The thing which occurs most of the time. I don't know the exact meaning, but
Okay. Anybody
So
else?
repeatedly occurring in a given set or group.
Okay.
So
Yes, Megha.
observation.
Raise your hand and then speak.
repetition. Sir, the repetition of a particular observation.
No, okay, I'll just read out from
Okay, one
the
second.
text
So
book.
Megha, you said repetition of a particular object. Let's say 2 is repeated 2 times, 3 is repeated 3 times. So both 2 and 3 will be my mode.
No,
These
3
both
would
are
be
the
mode because
No,
that is occurring the
3 will
most
be
of
the
the time.
mode.
Okay. Yes, Gautam.
Yes, sir. The most commonly observed value in the set of data.
All right, Ashka.
Google OP.
Sir, observation with the highest frequency.
Okay, how many of you did Google?
Sir, so I am of
I
course.
did not. I did not.
Yeah, you are doing Google even like in this regular classes. You don't have exams right now. Why you are doing Google? I'll not give marks if anybody speaks it incorrect.
I'm not doing Google. I'm not Googling. I was going to read from textbook,
Textbook. I know Swayam, I know you.
but I did not read because I
Okay,
knew
okay.
the answer.
Chalo, tell me one thing. If 1, 8, 2, and 2, these are the observations, what will be the mode? Everyone on the
Sorry, can you
chat.
repeat?
These are the observation. You have to tell me what is the mode.
It's so simple.
I teach
This
only
is the mode.
simple things. Okay, very fast answers.
Games are simple.
They have to be simple.
Yeah. Otherwise, everyone would avoid it.
Okay, yes, the ones who are like the ones who are left. Yeah, there are so many people and I have only a few answers. 1, 2,
9.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's it. Okay, so everyone agrees that mode is 2, the highest occurring operation. That's how you calculate the mode. Okay.
Yes,
So
sir.
yeah, actually the mode is the value of the given number of observation which occurs the most frequently. Frequently is known as mode. Going forward, all right, can you tell me the mode of this data?
In the chat?
Yes, of course, in the chat.
It's
How many still thinking or are confused? See, 2 is occurring how many times? 1, 2, and 3, right? 3 is occurring 2 times. 1 is occurring 1 time. 0 is occurring 1 time. 5, 4, and 6, they're all occurring 1 time. So the maximum number of times 2 is only occurring. So yeah, 2 is the mode of this particular data. Okay. Okay. One more question.
So there's also gamma there.
Yeah, you have to find this is lambda, this is not gamma.
Oh,
Okay. So the ones who have answered, the answer is correct. Yeah, you people are so intelligent. You already know the topic. Yeah. I think I'll leave because you
It's so
already know
simple.
everything.
Nice excuse.
Okay, everybody getting the answer as 20?
Yes.
Yes. Anyone who wants to explain it can raise their hands. Only
No.
Samruddhi wants to explain it. Nobody else.
So why is explanation even needed?
Because I don't know how you get lambda as 20. Okay, I want Gautam to
So
explain.
that's what is that? What is that called? Can you
It's
repeat?
called
Lamma and
lambda.
vector.
Yes, Gautam.
Sir, I also want to know how 20.
So you want to know? Okay.
Wow.
Megha, you know the answer or you want to know?
I know the answer.
Okay, I want you to explain, please.
Yeah, so in there, the given mode is 20 and 15, 18, 20, and 25. These four numbers are repeated 3 times. Since the mode is 20, 20 has to be the most repeated number. So lambda equals 20.
Great, correct. Gautam,
I
did you
didn't
get
read
it?
the question. I didn't read the question.
So
Sorry,
how will
sir.
you solve the question, Gautam, then? If you don't read the question, how can you expect that you'll be able to
Find
answer?
the value of मैंने सिर्फ मोड देखा और करने लग गया. Sorry, sir.
Okay. All right, all clear about this question now? Super easy.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, now how do you calculate the mode to this data?
So maybe the interval with the highest frequency.
The ones who are checking NCRT, that's not allowed. Okay, the interval with the highest frequency, that means 3 to 5, that's the mode. Whole interval is the mode.
No, sir, like just a hint that the mode is in between this interval only.
Okay. Any other answers? So actually, guys, you don't know how to
So we
calculate the
can't
mode.
find individual.
Right. There is a specific formula to calculate it, and you don't know it because even I don't know it. I'll also learn with you. Okay. So
Wow.
for these types of data, we use this formula. Mode is equal to L plus F1 minus F0 divided by 2F1 minus F0 minus F2 into H. So I want you to write this data with all of the terms written down, like what is L, what is H, what is F, what is F0, F2. Quickly write it, read it, and then tell me whether you are able to understand it or not. Everybody done writing?
1 minute, sir. I'm just on the last one.
Everyone done? You've read the formula,
Yes, sir.
you've
Yes.
written it. Acha. So everything is related to model class, right? There's a term in every line: model class, preceding the model class, succeeding the model class. What is exactly this model
Yes.
class? Any guesses?
So like, is it the whole table?
It's a class return, no? So that's a particular class interval they're talking about. So Samruddhi, you mentioned it correctly at the very first time. That was key. We have to take that class interval which has the highest frequency. The class interval which has the highest frequency is the model class. Okay? So in this particular example, 3 to 5 wala interval is the model class. So I want you to quickly tell me or put that in the chat, ki what is L? If this is my model class, what is L?
So could you show the model class again?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, sir.
So everybody agrees that L is 3, lower limit of the model class is 3. Yes. Okay, quickly let's go to the next term. So the next term is H. What is H? Again in the chat, I want the answers. What is H? All right. Everybody is saying H is 2. See, I don't know about these terms. I'm relying on you. If you answer it incorrectly, then it's your fault only. H is 2, right? Okay, H is 2. Then we have F1. What is F1? The value of F1 is? Okay, people are saying F1 is 8. Okay, so F1 is 8. What is F0? Samruddhi, you've answered 1.
So that's a typo.
Okay. But how can 1 and 7 be a typo? So anyways, it's fine. Okay. So
Actually,
F.
I misunderstood. So like one card के 7 करना था तो मैंने गलती से 7 कर दिया.
Okay, so F0 is 7. Now what is F2? F2 is 2. All right, that's it. That is all which we need for the formula. Can you
Yes, sir.
apply the formula and tell me what is the mode now? I'll show the formula, or you might have already written, no? So you have these terms, apply the formula and tell me what is the mode. Please check if I've applied the formula correctly or not.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
It is correct. That means it will be 3 plus 1 into 2, it's 2, divided by 16 minus 9, that's 7. So 3 plus 2 by 7. Yeah, that is it. I mean, you can solve 2 by 7 and get the final answer in decimals. Okay. So what we have to do is we have to first learn the formula. We have to then identify what is the model class. Then we have to identify all of these terms, lower limit, h, which is the height, f1, f0, and f2. As soon as you identify this, put all of these terms into the formula, and then you can calculate the mode of the data. Okay. No doubts in this?
No, sir.
But I have a doubt and you have to answer that. Okay. Okay. I'll take a different color. Let's say this is 5. What will be my model class now?
The first one.
The first one, right? What is the value of f0 then?
7.
I'm asking f0. That's the preceding class ka frequency.
So 0 because there's nothing before it.
Yeah, how many you agree with 0? Okay, 3 people saying for 0. Okay, 4, 5. All right, so guys, you people are correct. If the model class is the first class, then we take f0 as 0. Okay. What if my model class is the last class? Let's say this is my model class, and how will we calculate the value of f2 then? F2, that will also be 0 because iske baad wala class does not exist, right? If it does not exist, and why is it not existing? Because it does not have number of families, like the number of terms in that is 0. That is why it's not existing. Now, so if this class is not there, then you take f2 as 0 and then solve your problem. Okay, if you want to write it down, you can. Let's write a note over here so that you don't get confused. So whenever we get the model class, as the first, all right. Everything clear about mode now? Should we try 1 or 2 problem on this?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is the question, and yeah, tell me what is the mode.
So do we just have to find the mode, right?
Yes, just the mode. Okay, Samruddhi correct, Srija correct, Arna incorrect. Check your calculation. Okay, Megha correct. Megha, you're getting it exact 43. Ashka correct. Ashvi correct. Guys, turn on your camera. Everyone, I won't go ahead if you don't turn on your camera. Some people have still not answered. Gautam, Swayam. Then we have Srija and
Sir, I've answered.
you answered. Answer. Okay. Agrima, why you are calculating mean? I've told you to calculate the mode only. Guys, you have to only calculate the mode, not mean. Okay, Chriselle, Tia, please answer. Or let me know if you're not able to get like how to apply the formula.
Sir,
Yes.
I'm just sending the answer. I don't know it's right or wrong. पता नहीं शायद कोई calculation का mistake हुआ.
Okay.
एक बार देख के बता
Gautam,
सकता हूँ.
it's absolutely incorrect. How can mode be minus 660? I mean, it cannot be negative,
हाँ
right?
sir, समझा. हाँ क्या गलती हुआ. Okay यार.
Arna, are you able to figure out where is the mistake?
Yes, sir. I posted the answer again.
Did that now? Wait, let me say. Okay, yeah, that's the correct. Okay, Gautam, tell me what is the model class?
Yeah, sir. Model class is 40 to 50.
40 to 50. Okay. So what is the value of L?
40. Yeah, 40.
40. What is the value of H?
H is 10.
H is 10. That's pretty easy. What is F1?
F1 12.
F1 12. What is F0?
10.
10. What is F2?
8.
So you have the formula, apply like you have all of the terms, you know the formula, just put the terms in that and you'll get the required code. If you're using all of these terms, then how are you getting 660?
मैं तो कोई साइन का गलती हुआ. 1 second sir. 1 time. It is 40.
Quickly guys, that's an easy one, yeah. Okay, anybody who remembers the formula, it is L plus, okay, what was it?
F1 minus
F1 minus
F0
F0.
by 2 F1 minus F0 minus F2 bracket flows into H.
You guys remember it now? Like, you know it or you have read it?
Like roughly.
Correctly, yeah. Okay, Gautam, you want me to put the terms in this also. So this is 40 plus F1 minus F0. That comes out to be 12 minus 10, which is 2. Divided by 2 F1, which is 24, minus F0, which is 10, minus F2 is 8, times H, which is 10. That's it. You have to solve it. And yeah, I can't help you with the calculations. Okay, one more question. And again, you have to only find the mode, not the mean and the median. So fast, Sreeja. Great. You have already solved it before or you solved it just now?
Just now.
Actually, that's pretty easy. You get F1 and F0 as same, right? So that terms cancel out. Okay. No. We are 12 people in the class and I've got only 5 answers. Still 50% of the class is not responding. Okay, Gautam correct, Ashka correct, Priscil correct, Samruddhi correct, Anna correct, Sreeja correct. Megha correct. Okay, Swayam correct, Kashmi correct, Agrima correct. That's it. Anybody who has any doubt in this question? No doubts. It's easy. You have to just apply the formula. Just know what is the like just identify what is the model class and yeah, that will do for the question. Okay. So you now know how to calculate mode. You now know how to calculate mean. Right? Moving on to the last part, which is median. So what is median?
The observation which divides all the observations into two equal parts.
Okay. Anyone else?
The middle value.
The middle value, the middle value. Yeah, that's a very nice definition to it. Anyone else?
The middle value when the observations are in an ascending order.
Okay, yeah, they have to be in ascending order, right? Anybody else who knows anything else about median? No one? Acha, let's say I give you, let's take the example of the class, okay? So let's say Samruddhi is there, Arna is there, and Srijat is there, okay? These are the three people in the class. Who is in the middle?
Arna.
Arna is in the middle, right? Okay. Now let's say in another class, Samruddhi is there, Jay is there, Arna is there, and Srijat is there. Who is in the middle now?
You and Arna.
Both of us.
Yeah, like
So
Okay.
it will be U and Anna divided by 2.
You and Arna divided by, that means A, Y, A. Half part of Jay and half part of Arna. Okay, but a very nice observation, right? See, if there are three people in the class, like if there are three people in the class, that means we are for sure that Arna is in the middle. Okay, we are sure about it that Arna will be in the middle. If there are four people in the class, you said, sir, take the like mean of this and this, like the middle two observations. So that means if n is odd, if the number of observations are odd, in that case, we are sure that there is one middle, like there is one person who is in the middle. For n equal to 4, which is an even number, we are not sure. We have to take the mean. Like we are sure, but we take the mean of it, right? We take Jay and Arna ka, like average of them. Okay. So, एक example करते हैं. Let's say 2, 5, 3, and 4. Tell me who is in the middle.
the average of 5 and 3.
How many people saying average of 5 and 3? 5 plus 3 by 2. So that means 4. 4 is in the middle. How many of you say that the answer is 4, sir? Okay, Arna. Samruddhi is even saying the Samruddhi also. Okay. Srijak also says 4. Rissel also says 4. Okay. Well, the ones. Okay, Gautam also says 4. Anybody else? Or there are 5 people who say that the median is 4. Okay, so the people who are saying that the median is 4 are absolutely incorrect.
So won't we have to put them in an ascending order first?
Exactly, we have to put them in ascending order. Put them in ascending order and then see what is the median.
Average of 3 and 4.
Average of 3 and 4. So that's 3.5, right? So 3.5 is the median of this particular data. Okay, one more question. 5, 1, and 2. Okay, everyone says it too. Okay, so for median, you know that you have to divide your problem into 2 parts, right? You have to see whether n is odd or whether n is even. You know? So the very first thing which you have to do is, wait, let me have these slides. So the very first thing which we have to do for median is we have to arrange our terms in the ascending order. Depends even on the class intervals, we have to like do them in the ascending order. So very first thing is ascending order. Okay. The next thing is, if n is odd, n is the number of terms. So I'm writing here where n is the number of terms. Okay. So if n is odd, then n plus 1 by 2 read the statement. I've written if n is odd, where n is the number of terms, n plus 1 by 2th observation is the median. What does this mean? Let's say अगर मैं 5 sorry, let's say अगर मैं 1 2 and 3 देता हूँ, 1 2 and 5 देता हूँ, right? You know that 2 is the median, है ना? 2 is in the middle. So what is the value of n in this case? N is 3, right? So if I apply the formula, what I see is 3 plus 1 by 2. That means 4 by 2. So formula से तो 2 आ रहा है answer. अच्छा, wait, let me take it 3. So median is 3. Now if I apply the formula, what I see is it is 3 plus 1 by 2. So यहाँ से तो answer 2 आ रहा है. That means the formula is incorrect. Yes or no?
Yes.
No, the formula is not incorrect. Our reading skills are not good. I have written n plus 1 by 2th observation. That means 3 plus 1 by 2th observation. That means the second observation from the start is my median. Second observation from the start is my median, which is 3. That is what the formula means. तभी मैंने बोला सबसे पहले ascending order में करना है. Okay, after that you have to figure out what is n. Then n plus 1 by 2 if n is odd. So if n is odd, it will be 3 plus 1 by 2. Not 2 is not my answer. 2th observation from the starting is my answer. Okay. Do you get it? ठीक है. Now, okay, you have written it, guys. Just write it quickly and put this as an example. So in this case, median will be 3. All right, let's go on. So if n is odd, yeah.
Slide just a minute. Yes, Adam.
Okay. Now, what if n is even? So if n is even, the formula says n by 2th observation. Again, read it carefully. N by 2th observation plus n by 2th observation. N by 2th, sorry, write it as n by 2 plus 1 divided by 2. mean of n by 2th observation plus n by 2 plus 1th observation divided by 2. Okay. So let's say I give you a question as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Using the above formula, calculate what is the median. Arna, your answer is incorrect. Correct. It's correct now. Did you apply the same formula, Arna, or you did it the way I told you? I mean, the normal wala approach.
No, so the formula I used.
Okay, great. I want everyone to use the formula. Samruddhi incorrect, Ashka correct. Gautam incorrect. Megha correct. Srijak incorrect. Okay, wait, let me tell you. See, what is the value of n? N is 6, right? Since n is even, I have to apply this formula. So my formula says n by 2th observation. That means the third observation plus, then my formula says n by 2 plus 1. So this by is only on n, right? So n is 3, n by 2 is 3, 3 plus 1. That means the fourth observation. So third observation plus fourth observation divided by 2. Anyone who could tell me what are the third and the fourth observations respectively?
Three and 4.
3 and 4. So right from the start, this is my first, second, this will be my third observation, this will be my fourth observation. So 3 plus 4 by 2, which is 7 by 2 and which is equal to 3.5. So that is my median. Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right, so there's a lot more left in median as of now. I mean, lot more in the sense there's one more formula which is yet to be done. Do you guys know about what is cumulative frequency? No? Achha, so we'll study cumulative frequency in the next class.